What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ecom Soof. We're here. This is the first video on our channel, and today we're starting it off straight with a banger. This is my first ever mentee, my first ever student, somebody who trusted in me to actually teach him Amazon FBA and help him scale from the beginning. This is my mentee Ibrahim right here. He's 19 years old. He started Amazon FBA a little bit before he contacted me. He found me through IG during my 30-day challenge, and yeah, man, he was bold enough to take that risk, take that jump, and really invest in himself. And we're up here now. So Ibrahim, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. Tell us a little bit about who you are and kind of what got you here.
Yeah, so my name is Ibrahim Umarov. I'm 19 years old, and I started Amazon on my own. I saw it online, I thought, oh, this is easy. I could do this all by myself. So I went to the Marshalls, my nearest Marshalls. I got a few products, and I bought a couple of them. Created my Amazon seller account. I tried listing it. I wasn't able to sell the product because I wasn't eligible. To be honest, it put me in a deep hole. So I was scrolling on Instagram one day. I seen Soof doing his 30-day challenge, and seeing that results from him and seeing that he actually put in the work really made me believe that it's possible. And so I hit him up. In my first month, we hit 5,000 in revenue. So that was really good. It was actually 27 days to be specific. That really made me believe that this is possible.
And yeah, you talked a little bit about your revenue before, but kind of when you did start Amazon FBA, you kind of had zero sales coming in, correct?
Right.
You kind of had that dead inventory. I remember us having that first onboarding call, and you had told me hey, I have a bunch of inventory, and I know we made a very good business decision right away to return that inventory right before the return policy was over, and we kind of made that money back. But when you did hop into the course, did you feel things moved very quick? Did it pop off quick, or you think it was still slow? I know you made 5K in 27 days. That is very impressive, and that is very quick. But how do you feel, of course, as the student? How did you feel? Did it go?
I just felt safe, like Soof, he just gave me all the answers I needed. I hit him up for any questions I had. I used to go to the stores, send him ASINs. He used to give me answers ASAP. I used to call him, ask him the dumbest questions. And having somebody there who's actually done the work is really powerful. Instead of you going out there being lost and not knowing what to do.
100%, 100%. Well, obviously, there's a lot of multiple different steps and things within Amazon FBA that make the business model as hard as it is. But what is one thing that you think was the hardest thing starting off, and how do you think that I was there able to support you?
Yeah, so the hardest thing I would definitely say is ungating, since you can go out to the stores and buy the product, but if you can't sell it, then what's the point? And Soof really helped me with that, And right now we got 200 brands ungated, so that's really nice.
And there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people who are in your shoes, when you kind of were scared to take that jump at the beginning, that are starting it themselves, that are thinking to themselves, I can do it myself, I can watch YouTube videos. What's something that you would tell to somebody who's watching this today, who's kind of scared to take that leap and kind of just thinking, hey, I can do it myself?
Yeah, so what I would tell people is definitely look into the future and see if you actually build something. I used to have a job. I used to have a boss. I didn't like it working paycheck to paycheck. I wanted something that I could actually build and have a sustainable business, Also, like we said in the beginning, I bought inventory, which was completely dead, and I thought I lost my money. Losing money is definitely something nobody likes. Having Soof there, it helped me get that money back and also reinvest it back into Amazon, and I basically doubled my money. So you're better off putting money on the table for someone to teach you than putting money on nothing.
100%. And I'll tell you guys too, I personally, I didn't join through YouTube videos either. I paid for a course myself, and that's one thing I always told myself is I was either paying for speed ultimately. That's one of the biggest things. I know a lot of us want to get rich fast, but the only way to really do that is to learn from somebody who was in that position that you're in. And I know, like you said about the dead inventory, that was a very interesting situation because if it would have happened any time other than the year, it wouldn't have worked out. But during Q4, they extend the return policy, and a lot of people don't know that. So for you, I think 30 days passed by. I was around the 45-day range that you had dead inventory, and I was like, hey, you can still return this. And then you said nah, and we went and contacted the manager, and we really worked together on that to get you that money back. And just that by itself, when I look back, it's you kind of paid off like a quarter of your mentorship just through that one mistake that it would have costed you. So I definitely agree, and I know I'm the teacher now, but I was once the student. So I will say as well, if you can just see this being something that you want to do long term and you kind of want to get something quick, it saves you so much. It saves you so much time, so much effort. Ultimately saves you so much money, and it still saves you that idea of sometimes you might quit without really hitting the nail on the head right there. So it's one of the things you might start Amazon FBA today and you get no sales and you're quitting. But look at you. You started Amazon FBA a month and a half in. You were almost about to quit. You reached out to me. We got started, and now look at where you are. So like it's kind of insane to me. So it's
Yeah.
like really that's one of the biggest things, one of the biggest blessings. And I would say also like if you're somebody who's hungry for it, I promise you, investing a couple thousand in yourself will never do you wrong. It will always just only show you whether it's something you like or teach you a life lesson or actually change your life. The next question is kind of like, what was the biggest thing holding you back when you did want to like, when you did see all these mentorships? What was the biggest thing holding you back?
The biggest thing holding me back was fear of losing. Losing that inventory at first was really depressing for me. You know, I just lost all hope in making money online e-commerce. When I entered the mentorship and Suf gave me all these steps and instructions on what to properly do to ungate, to ship out all my products, I saw the sales coming in, and this really gave me a belief of it works,
I
like it's
definitely.
legit.
100%. And like one of the biggest things as well is I know we've always talked about this, but there has to be a certain level of trust between you and me, of course. Like you trust me enough to
Yeah.
give me your money up front to teach you how to do something. How do you think my content and just me individually kind of played into that trust role as well?
I would definitely say it was your 30-day challenge. You know, like just picturing myself in your shoes, doing what you're doing, going to the stores, going to the UPS, dropping off the packages. I saw myself doing that. You know, it was actually possible. Yeah.
100%. And guys, that 30-day challenge videos, I have not taken anything down. If you guys go to my ecom page and scroll all the way down,
Check it
it's
out.
the first 30 videos that I have on my page. I went from 0 to 10K in literally like what 28 days. Guys, go check that out if you want. I recorded ups, downs, and everything in between, and
And you
no
know,
edits, no
yep,
nothing. It was just completely just me saying the complete truth. And
yep,
I think one of the biggest things that kind of taught me as well in that business was kind of the biggest thing about this is kind of you succeed over time. So many people quit at the beginning because if you watch my 30-day videos, you'll see that from day 0 to 15, I only had like $2,000 in sales.
yeah,
But from day 15 to day 28, that's kind of where we turned it up and we had like 8,500 or $8,000 in sales. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I always tell you guys like I'm a perfect example. If you want to quit and you want fast money, this is not for you. If you want to build a business and build something great for the future, this is the way to do it. And if you don't quit, you're gonna beat so many people over time, and you're gonna actually just blow up.
yep.
So for our next question, I know this is kind of an interesting question, of course, because you were the first actual student in this
Yep.
community. But what do you think the community kind of? How did the community help you at the beginning? Obviously, the community was just me and you.
Yep.
But how do you now, looking in, being with me over the last 4 months, and seeing how big the community has grown now, and how our mentee calls were just me and you before? Now it averages like 8, 9 people every single call. How do you think that community works together to actually grow?
Yeah. So in the beginning, like he said, it was just me and Suf. There wasn't really much of a community. It was only me contacting Suf and getting that help from him. And there were some days where we used to talk about building a community and having all these people and working together, because working together is the best thing you can do for yourself. Uh, Maybe this person has connections here and that person knows something else. So where we are at now is really a blessing to see.
And even
And
like, I know, my bad to cut you off,
no,
but I
you're
know
good.
like, even when we started off, like I was teaching at the beginning, like I had connections with the managers of all these here, and I remember one day like I got like 100 units of something, and like I wanted to give them to you, and like we passed that, and I think that's one of the biggest things about community. Even my 10-day challenge, like I had certain people who wanted to help me just to help me, and
Yep.
I think that's one of the biggest things that we've kind of built up over time, and it is a blessing to see it 100
Yep.
percent, like you said, and even sometimes mentee be calling me, he's like, yo, like. I'm at Ollie's right now. What can I do? And I'm like, yo, go hit up Ibrahim. He has a 10% off. Go
Yep.
hit up Hassan. Go hit up. And it's just crazy because like everybody helps everybody because like at the end of the day, like we're all in it for the same goal. And sometimes you can find the same product at Ollie's. You can find different things, and you can kind of control the buy box together. And that's a lot of things that people don't see, and people are always in competition. But in the community that we have, it's not competition. It's holding each other accountable and growing together. And I
Right.
think that's one of the most important things as well.
For sure. And sometimes when you can't ungate an item, you just give it to the other mentee. You just say, listen, if you can ungate this, go ahead and take it. It's at this Marshall, this Ollie's. So that's really useful.
No, 100%. Because there's people who literally just started and
You're
hit
right.
$1,000 in their first 7 days. There's people like you who
Shout
have
out
been with
Hassan.
yes, sir, my dog. And then there's people like you who have been with me for 4 months and kind of grown really big. So like you can ungate things that other people can't. So
Yep.
it's such a big community, and all the time people are like, yo, I found this at Ross, great profit margins, great ROI. If anybody can ungate, go find it. Here's the location. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things of the community for sure. All right, so I know we've talked a little bit about how you came in, kind of what I did to help you when you did come in, but I know right now you're at 15K plus in the last 4 months, which is amazing.
Appreciate it,
And
bro.
I want to know what kind of do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, so I see myself definitely hitting that six-figure mark. I already know what to do. I have the systems in place, and we also have a wholesale deal coming in, and we're taking percentages of it, and everybody's gonna eat.
100%. We're about to come in with some crazy wholesale deals real soon, and it's about to be insane. We
About
can't
to
say
be-
too much though. We can't
Yeah.
say too much. If y'all do want to be a part of that, I would recommend coming in very soon. The inner circle, everybody's about to eat with us inside. Wholesale dudes coming very soon. Alrighty, so we're kind of coming towards the end. And Ibrahim, what's one thing you could kind of leave everybody off with that kind of just lets them know for these people who kind of want to start, looking to start, and kind of really getting into Amazon FBA today?
One piece of advice I would say is definitely leveraging a community. A mentor is very important. Having a mentor that's actually been in the same position as you, and seeing him do the work and being successful, should give you that belief. You shouldn't be delusional and just think, oh, he just somehow did it. He showed the proof, he showed what to do, and it all worked out. Yeah, I saw Suf. I saw how authentic he was and trustworthy. He showed that he's actually done it, and he didn't just show like the results. He showed the wins and losses. He wasn't like these other mentors just showing off their Ferraris, the nice cars, and the penthouses in Miami. And this is really why it gave me that trust in him.
100%. I didn't even have a car to start. Like
Yep.
I was Ubering everywhere until we got to a certain point where we were making 10K every single month to where I could buy that car. But yeah, I definitely agree, and I think one of the biggest things I pride myself on is I'm in the field with you guys. I'm not telling you go do this, go do OA for this many hours, and I'm not doing it myself. That's one of the
Right.
best things. Like I actually do it myself, and that's what allows me to teach you guys so efficiently. Is that I'm actually in the field with you guys. I've told when you were going to Ollie's, there was days I was at Ollie's as well,
Right,
and
yeah.
we'd work together. I'm like, yo, I found this. See if you have it. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things is actually having that connection with your mentor when you do start as well. So thank you again, Ibrahim, for coming on here
Appreciate
and kind
you
of
for
dropping
having
some
me.
knowledge for sure, my dog.
Yeah.
You're one of the first people to actually trust in me to teach them, and nowadays we have a lot of people coming in, but I'm still very grateful for you, very happy you did join and kind of gave me that confidence to be able to teach people. I'm going to put his econ page in the description. Y'all go follow him. This is a great kid, great guy. Definitely subscribe and follow. We're going to have way more videos coming out like this every single week. This is only the first one, so let's get into it.